Greeting everyone. In this session, I will centralize my speech at introducing one of the grammatical elements which are essential that enable us to produce or state or create a reasonable meaning within the sentence. Yet, these elements are considered, some of them considered to be as indispensable, whereas the others are not required. Means we can use some of them without any influence to the meaning of the sentence, while others are considered as an obligatory element which help us to complete the sentence or to fulfill the sentence. In fact, today I will represent the differences between predicate, objective complements and subjective complements. So I will start with the predicate. What is the meaning of predicate? Predicate is simply the one that's related to the subject. It describes the subject or gives us information about the subject. In other words, anything that is not the subject, we call it predicate. So, I will give you an example in order to simplify. I will write it here. Good. For example, I believe we have a session, or we have a class today. Alright, this part is called predicate. Okay, so this one is the predicate. It gives us information about a subject. So I believe we have class. So it refers to the subject. This is simply another meaning. We can say she arrives at a later time. Okay, so here arrives at a later time, we call it predicate because it gives us information about she. Okay, she is the subject. Simply, very easy. Now, in order to distinguish between the predicate and subjective complement, you need to focus on just one particular element, right? So, which leads us to the following explanation. B, now we are talking about subjective complements. Good. In the subjective complements, simply you are going to focus on the subject because subjective comes from subject. Complement, it completes the subject and give us a correct meaning. Right. For example, what we need, the format that we need to do for a complement, subjective complement, is that we need to connect the subject plus the linking verb. Alright? Plus this one, subjective complements. Alright, the linking verb is like is, are, drives, eats, sleeps. So we connect it, we connect this word or this verb with the subject, so that when we use the subject, we are going to change or conjugate the verb agreement. This is the verb agreement. We add s, drives, sleeps, is, are, etc. These are all called verb, subject-verb agreements. Subject-verb agreements. All right. The following example illustrates this kind of format. Good. So when we say the team drives or plays in an efficient way. Good. So efficient way, the team plays in an efficient way. This is the linking verb, subject-verb agreement. Okay, the verb agreement related to the subject, the team. Very simply, when we address this, we are going to do what? To complete the subject. Plays what? We need to complete the subject. So, in an efficient way is the subject complement or subjective complement. Good. I hope this is easy. Everything that is not the linking verb is the subjective complement. We complete the subject. This is easy. Right. Now we move to the final part, which is objective complements. What is the meaning of objective complement? Objective complement simply related to the object. Here related to the subject, but in this part related to the object. Object only. So we don't have to imply the direct and indirect object, both of them. We don't are not required to use them both. The only thing that we should write down is the direct object. You need just the direct object in order to make objective complements. Right. So what we need is the objective complements. You need the direct object. Good. In a direct object, for example, we're going to complete the object simply. For example, she drives him mad. Good. In the direct object, we ask the question, the direct object, we ask the question what or who. She drives who? She drives him. So this one is the direct object. D-O, direct object. Drives is the linking verb. She is the subject. Mad is what? Is objective complements or object complements. Good. One thing you need to consider, in object complement you cannot add a verb. You cannot say madly or efficiently or completely. Any kind of adverb you cannot add it as object complements. This is the rule. So another example, okay, he handled the ball, handled what? The ball in straight way. Straight way talks about the object, all right? In straight way means like this, right? So straight way talks about the object, which is the ball. The ball is the direct object, okay? This is the meaning of objective complement. It refers to the object. Good. I think this is clear and very easy. What you need is just to focus in order to understand the difference. In order to give you a sum up of what I have been presented, is that the linking verb is connected with the subject, all right, and we use it when we want to identify the subject complements. The subject complements describe the subject, all right? The predicate complete or gives us information about the subject. It includes the linking verb and all the direct, indirect, all of them, they are called predicates. So when they are included together, we create predicate. This is easy and simple. Subjective complements and objective complements, simply this one is related or describe the subject, whereas objective complement describe the, direct object or the object. Salman refers to him. Thank you very much, and that was all, and see you for the